Hi, I'm Breanna at Umarex USA, and I'm talking with Angie today, and we're talking about how we got into air guns. When I got into shooting first, my whole family started doing competitions together, and we would kind of travel to a few different states and shoot competitions, and then I met the videographer for a news company who then switched to Umarex, and I started doing product reviews for them. And after I graduated college, there was a marketing position come open, and so I just jumped right in, and I've been doing that for the last 3 years now. So I travel to shows and competitions and test products when I can and all kinds of stuff.
And you shoot in the competitions?
I don't as much now, but I did used to do that a lot.
The competitions when you started, when you were in the beginning, they were handguns or?
Mm-hmm. So I was shooting a Glock 34. It was a practical pistol.
Oh, cool. How did you do?
I did okay. Better
You're
than
not
average.
You're not going to toot your own horn?
I did better than average. You go look up scores, you'll be like, Breanna, I thought you did better than that. So I'm not going to lie to you because scores are still out there.
Well, that's cool that you even got out there and did it. I mean, it can be kind of, okay, I've been invited to a competition, and it's coming up here soon, but I'm traveling, so I told him I wasn't going to be able to make it. But to be completely honest with you, it's a little intimidating to me.
Yeah,
I've never been to any sort of shooting competition ever, and there's several people that are like, you need to come to this one, you need to come to that one, and sorry guys, most of the time I have a hunt booked, so it's a perfect excuse for me not to go, but part of the other is that I'm intimidated. I've never been to one, so.
Well, I will tell you, you meet the nicest people on the range. When we started shooting, we started doing a 22 competition, and everyone was like, you've got to get into USPSA. You've got to get into it. That's the practical pistol. And we're like, oh, I don't know. And they said, you know what? You're shooting tomorrow. And they started making calls, and they got us like we didn't have any of the gear. We had borrowed guns, borrowed gear, and it all showed up the next day, and we all shot, and I just walked through the stages because most of them you run through. And I was like, just gonna walk, and I think I finished last in my first match, but everyone's like super supportive, super helpful. That's why I love it.
Cool, so I don't need to be intimidated. Just get out there and do it like you did.
Yeah, you just gotta be like pushed off the edge, like learn to swim, and then you're good.
Do you ever do any of the airgun competitions with Umarex?
Yes, so I've done those. I didn't this last year because I had a baby, but thank you. But yeah, that was, again, that was like a whole new thing. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm nervous again. But same thing. Everyone on the range is helpful. And they're like, I don't know if you've tried this, but this helped me. And you're like, oh, I never even thought of that.
Maybe if you go to another airgun competition, you'd be like, hey, Angie, I'm going to this one. Come with me.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, cool. So that's a pretty cool entry into the airgun world. Mine is not as cool. Mine's kind of maybe desperate.
Oh.
No, I was actually, I was a stay-at-home mom. And
that's awesome.
My husband was fixing to retire. And he said, babe, you need to get a job. And so I prayed. I said, Lord, please help me to find the perfect job. Because my biggest issue with getting a job was I was going to miss out on hunting. So, because I figured my job's going to be like evenings, weekends, all that kind of stuff, and I would miss all of the perfect hunting dates. And a friend of mine approached me. He said, I know you like hunting, you like shooting, you love the outdoors. Why don't you come and review these products and see what you think? And so for the first probably 6 months to a year, I did it for almost nothing, just was getting product and was kind of practicing, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
That's awesome.
I mean, I loved it for a lot of different reasons. I like shooting. I got to hunt and get paid for it.
Yeah.
And then I got to make my own schedule. And the airgun community is great. I mean,
they're amazing.
They're really, it's not just air gunners. It's a community. It's a family. I mean, you have people from all over the place reaching out, helping you, giving you tips. Not everybody gives you great tips, but for the most part.
There's the sneaky ones in there.
There are, but they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But the airgun community's been great and gave me a huge welcome, and I've been hooked ever since. So,
that's awesome. Yeah. I think that's a cool entry. You got to spend time with your kids and then start shooting for money. So, I mean.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, but maybe Shooting competitions sound pretty cool too.
They are. They're fun. You're going to have to do it.
Yeah, and then you can come on a hunt with me.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
I'll be there. You tell me where to be.
Okay, cool. She's going to take me to a competition, and I'm going to take her on a hunt.
So that wraps up our video, and check out Airgun Angie and Umarex Airguns if you want to learn more.
Thanks, guys. See ya.